back to Practice My Environment's YouTube channel. So I'm going to be following on from last video's talk on mental health. However, this time we're going to be switching it a little bit, so it's more about like from a personal perspective instead of from someone else as an outside perspective. I'm going to be doing like the same kind of format, so I'm going to give you about 4 tips on how to look after your own mental health. So the first thing you need to do when it comes to looking after your own mental health is understand exactly what your triggers are, and that might come in a few different shapes and forms, you know. It might be stressing over schools, just stressing about the future in general. It might be getting yourself worked up over money. Like, just understand what your triggers are so that you know how to like know what to expect, you know how to react better if you know exactly what it is triggering your mental health problems. Tip number 2 is to prioritize your self-care, and I don't mean just do a face mask, I mean genuinely prioritize your own self-care and look after yourself, whether that's watching Netflix and just giving yourself time to not do anything and just be free from social media and free from all the stresses of life and just breathe. That is so important, and that is probably one of the biggest causes I feel for mental health, especially with young black people, is not giving themselves time and being too hard on themselves. So yeah, you need to give yourself time to breathe and relax and just enjoy being, I don't know, but yeah, just breathe. Personally, I take every single Thursday, I don't do any schoolwork, any kind of revision. I might do a bit of art just because I find that therapeutic, but like I don't do any proper hardcore schoolwork because that is my day just to relax and breathe and do my hair and paint my nails and have a nice long bath, you know, like have one day a week of just self-care and just breathing and just being happy, you know. So yeah, that is probably my biggest tip to managing your self-care. Yeah, so tip number 3 is to listen to some feel-good music and just allow yourself to relax and just breathe and just be happy and just maybe even dance, sing along, you know, just like enjoy the music, let the music go through you, and it will just help clear your mind and take the stresses of everyday life away. Tip number 4 is to confide in your friends and family. Although they might not have the medical knowledge behind like to help you medically with your mental health problems, they can just be your shoulder to cry on, and sometimes you don't even need medical help, you just need to let it out. And I feel like a lot of issues could be solved if we just let them out the second like we have them, instead of bottling them up. And if you don't have that friend that you trust or a really strong family unit, our DM's always open to talk to me about. I don't have any medical knowledge, however I have a bit of like knowledge that I've gathered from research and from just discussing and dealing with mental health problems that I can like help you. Tip number 5 is to do an activity that allows your head and your mind to be free and to just really release stress. For me, that comes in the form of journaling, and I love journaling. I love to write down my thoughts, write down my stresses, and I feel like once I write it down, it's just like come out of my mind and it's on the paper and I don't have to deal with it right now, it's there, and it can just take your anxiety or your stress levels right down, and it's just something that's really helped me. If journaling is not for you, then reading is an amazing way to calm yourself down and relieve stress. For me, reading like takes you from your current situation into a different like dimension, and you get to pretend to be someone else for a little bit, or you get to research something and get lost in a book, which creates a different world, and it's just a magical experience. So if reading or journaling and not for you, then sports might be. So for me, having a few of these different stress relieving activities is really good because then you can just mix and match it. So sometimes I might read, sometimes I might journal, sometimes I might do a bit of art, you know, and just mix and match it. So yeah, that's like my go-to thing for if I'm feeling overly stressed or anxious. More people go through mental health problems than you probably realise, and a lot of people do try and hide it, but just let it out so that it doesn't amount to something that you can't control yourself anymore. I really hope this helped you in some way. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.